how are Chelsea going to react from the whole Kepa situation? How are Tottenham going to react from that loss against Burnley? Bada bing, bada boom, man, guys, we're here. Focus is on Chelsea. Look, they're the team of the moment. People want me to induct Kepa. People saying Sarri is this, Sarri is that. One of the most craziest, embarrassing moments. So, coming into this game, we cannot ignore the Kepa factor. We can't ignore it because as much as Sarri will want the team to focus on this game, with players going on Twitter, going online, player power. Chelsea's players are against Sarri. Sarri just has lost the control of the players. The most embarrassing episode ever. That has just been dominating everything. And the media, which pretty much thrives on dust, have been going to town and going ham on this story. So, it's a tricky one here. Because remember, this game's on the bridge. And I think Chelsea will know that this is the team that handed them their first L. This is the team that handily, well, and totally, completely exposed them. But I think for Chelsea, they would be thinking that, let's just build upon what was, I thought, a very good performance against Man City. Because I thought they'd get smacked. Yeah, I thought they'd get smacked up, and punched down all the way against Man City. So I just think for Chelsea's approach to this game, I think it is very important that they learn the lessons from that game against Tottenham. Because forget about what the record is at Stamford Bridge and everything. The lucky thing going into Chelsea's favour, I believe, is the fact that Tottenham losing against Burnley, I think the readjustment to Harry Kane being on the side. Because if Harry Kane wasn't in this team, and Tottenham played small, played faster, played much more direct, which they do without Kane, I think it could be a very, very dangerous game for Chelsea to have. So, look, Sarri is going to roll with whoever he's going to roll with. But I think I'll just implore for Sarri. I think he understood that Alonso now should be kept in a basement in flipping Siberia, inside the flipping depths of the ozone. He cannot sniff a flipping pitch. He can't sniff that flipping pitch. But just one homeboy, because that's all he is. I just want homeboy to say, you know what, let's start Hudson Odoi. I just feel like start the dude. Let's see what Hudson Odoi does. Because look, I think there is an argument. There is definitely an argument to say, you know what, let's just bring Hudson Odoi and bring him off the bench and see what he can do. Let's see how he can flex, see how he can realize and think about life off the flipping bench. But I do feel that this game does call for a recognized striker. The false nine simply doesn't work. It simply doesn't work, and especially if Hazard has to defer to Willian and especially Pedro, who I repeat, I don't think people listen to me. Please listen to me. Pedro has not been relevant since 2011. For you mathematicians out there, that was 8 years ago. So, okay, you're dealing with a guy who is circa 2011. So my thing is this. For how Chelsea approached this game, it's very simple. It's actually pretty simple. Because again, you saw what happened in the game against Man City. Of course, you've got to play sharper, keep the ball well, beat the press, be sharper with the balls that you give to people. That's all well and good. And that is just the basic thing that goes without saying. But the key thing is, Hazard is the guy that makes things happen. So how Chelsea win this game, how they get goals is the people that Hazard defers to, the people that he passes the ball to, they've got to be able to take up the mantle. If they cannot take up the mantle and not be able to ride on the same wavelength as your boy Hazard, that's not good. Kante and Hazard are running this team. These are the only guys who are truly outshining. Everybody else is underperforming and underpowered compared to what your boy Kante and your boy Zada are flipping doing. So I need homeboys to raise their freaking level. So where Tottenham are concerned, I think for Tottenham, they'll be pissed because that game against Burnley really would have stunk. It really would have stunk because that's a game that they should have won. And they can't bring up the excuse of like, okay, we're having to readjust the Hurricane coming back. No, based on Tottenham's talent, how good they've been, their form and so forth, they should be beaten in Burnley side who are trying to fight off relegation. So coming into this game for Tottenham and for Pochettino, I think, look, Harry Kane has to be there. Look, he is the goal scorer. He gets the goals and everything. But I do feel that Pochettino has to try and get the team playing faster and playing sharper. And almost saying to Kane that, you know what, I understand you're the goal scorer and goal getter, but we can't lose the spark and the speed that we had without you. Because when we were without you, there was just a snap that we had. Tottenham's key man is Son. He is the most dangerous player. The player that Chelsea should be sweating for and should be frightened of is Son. He is the guy that should give people nightmares because he is the man that makes things happen. He is a very, very dangerous player. And if Tottenham use him, that is the key. And I do feel that if I was Harry Kane, of course Harry Kane, get in the right place at the right time, give him the chance he will score. But I think Harry Kane has to try and be the foil and the supporting man for Son. Because if Harry Kane can hold the ball up, because he's very good at holding the ball up, he's very good at linking play, he's got to feed Son. That would be my advice for Pochettino. Harry Kane, hold the ball up, be smart, open up, give that ball to Son. Give that ball to Son, give that ball to Son, because that is the guy that can make things happen. Because it's a whole big and small thing. Hold the ball up, have a guy making the run off of you, giving that ball. It's almost a similar kind of relationship and duo that he has with Sterling for the England team. So they should bring that towards this. So, but I think for Tottenham, they will sit and say, like, you know what, let's look back at that game back at Wembley and what did we do so well? We pressed high, we played quick, we played fast, we isolated Jorginho, but the key thing is we did not allow Chelsea to play. We didn't allow them to play from the back. We put them under serious undue pressure and did not allow them to settle. And by them not settling, it was all good. And I think same thing for Tottenham, and I'm sure Pochettino will know this, sort of a similar thing that they did in the game at Wembley. Focus on Hazard. Double team the Bre. Triple team the Bre. Because if you take Hazard out of the game and you take him out of the equation, that seriously hampers what Chelsea are able to do. It hampers the chances that they can create and it hampers their attack. Because Chelsea's attack, everything goes through Hazard. Everything possibly goes through him. So if Tottenham, your boy Vertonghen, Alderweireld and Sanchez can just quieten him, get physical on him. And because again, what Hazard does so well is that he gets a lot of fouls. So if someone can be smart where if we're going to have a foul, let's take the foul in the middle of the pitch. Make sure that the foul is not in any attacking area, so they don't get a set piece. Put the fouls in the middle of the pitch. So look, man, I think this match is going to pop off. I think it's going to pop off. And I think, for Tottenham and Pochettino, they should be smart enough to know that. Don't assume that with the whole furor pertaining to the whole Kepa thing, that would give them an advantage. No. Who knows? It could strengthen Chelsea. This could be a thing that helps mobilize them. The very fact that everyone is saying that this club is falling down, they're useless, they're going to pretty much self-combust. Maybe that could be the motivational factor for them to say, you know what, we're going to ride. We're going to say something. We're going to say something. So, match is going to pop off, And again, I'm looking at specific players. I'm looking at Harry Kane. You're the golden boy, you're the golden child, you're allegedly a world-class striker. I don't want you to score a 1-1. I want you to score the winning goal. I want you to be the defining factor for this team because that is what the real elite strikers do. That's what Aguero has done. It's what Cannibal used to do, not now anymore, where you're not only scoring a high volume of goals, it's when you score. It's not how many you score, it's when you score. And homeboy, I need you to score those goals when it matters. Okay? You cannot hide because this, again, is another big, massive game. It's a London derby. It's going to be super emotional. So we've got to ride it through. So in regards to Chelsea, man, Jorginho is worrisome. He looked good against Man City. I'll give you that. He definitely did not allow himself to get exposed in that game. So he definitely looked good in that game. But one of the key reasons why Tottenham smacked up Chelsea was Jorginho. And I remember I think it was the Son goal where he just completely dispossessed Jorginho. And Jorginho was at fault there as well as David Luiz. Also, defensively, man, Chelsea I've got to really think about this now. They have to Christensen has to start. I don't understand. Like, Christensen has shown that this guy is a dependable defender. He's still young, but as of right now, I think the only question is, who does Christensen partner? And if I'm just going based on form, because Luis has made mistakes, Rudiger has made mistakes, I think you roll with a Luis and a Christensen partnership. I think that's the right one to go to. Midfield as well. I think the midfield battle is going to pop up as well. Kante against Sissoko. Sissoko has been huge. Because Sissoko is suspended. I still believe it's essentially a break. I still believe it's essentially a break. But he's been so important for Tottenham, I had to suspend him. I cannot put him in good faith in the Fleetman Break Academy, based on just how the important work that he's done for them. So that's going to be a very important battle, as in, are Chelsea going to be able to keep the ball, hold the ball, beat the press, and really control the midfield? And is Kante going to be allowed to really break from midfield into attacking areas? Or are Tottenham going to be able to close them down, not allow them to have any kind of positive, incisive passes, and is Sissoko going to be able to really dominate and control that midfield and give them a good foundation to give the ball out to a Kane, to a Son, to a Lamela, and so forth? So, I mean, with regards to predicting this game, man, it's how the bridge, isn't it? 2-1 to Chelsea. 2-1 to Chelsea. I think Chelsea take this one. I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be goals. But I just, I saw a positive direction towards what they did in that game against Man City, especially in the extra time. I think Burnley punched Tottenham in the mouth. So based upon that, going into this, I think, you know what, I'm alright. I'm alright with the Chelsea in this one. Look, man, Sarri's under pressure. I still believe that homeboy Abramovich, my guy, my friend, my Russian amigo, I still think that he is giving him a Europa League ultimatum. I think Abramovich is like, screw it, top 4, I don't care. You've got to win the Europa League. If you don't win the Europa League, you're sacked. But I just think that, top 4 or not or whatever, this is still an important game. And it's going to be interesting, based on just what has been said in the media. How will they react? And these are two reactions. How are Chelsea going to react from the whole Kepa situation? How are Tottenham going to react from that loss against Burnley? Especially when Pochettino, who's now been charged, was pretty much trying to punch Mike Dean in the face. So these are that's a key thing. Who will react better to the 2 losses they had in the previous game? Peace out, stay true. Him here on the post-match. Remember, head to the website, halfhopefootballhot.com. Visit the website and think about pledging to the Patreon at patreon.com/halfhope. Peace out, stay true, stay black. Peace. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot Patreon page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halfhopefootballhot.com or just click over here.